Hi you guys, it's Tamiga. I'm making my other video. This one is gonna be about anxiety and depression because that's what I get diagnosed with, you guys. I just want to educate you a little bit on anxiety and a little bit on depression, and I want to enlighten you on something that I've learned on my journey. Okay. Um, so I have my laptop here. I hope this Tuesday's going really good for you guys. Yesterday I was in kind of yesterday I was in kind of a funk. I was kind of depressed yesterday, and I had no reason to be sad. So why the fuck was I sad? I don't know, and it kind of made me sick, you know. But okay, I have the definition of anxiety up. And anxiety, it's a feeling of worry, nervousness, and uneasy, typically about events or something with an uncertain outcome. Desire to do something, typically accompanied by uneasy. A nervous disorder characterized by a state of excessive uneasiness and apprehension, typically with compulsion behavior or panic attacks. I actually do experience panic attacks. The ones I notice the most is when I enter into some water. I get like really, I start hyperventilating and I start like finding I can't breathe or anything, and I just, and I can't control it. And when I get anxious, my hands start sweating. I start biting my nails. I get racing thoughts. I can barely sleep at night. Actually, I have like really bad insomnia. I only sleep like 3 hours a day. But like low key, I got some really good medicine. It's a sedation medicine, so it just knocks me the fuck out. Like I'm dead to the world. Will not wake up. Don't even answer to my fucking alarm. Like it literally causes me to sleep through my fucking shift at Starbucks, you guys. Like I don't know. But let me look up the definition of depression really quick for you guys. It's loading. But my roommate. Okay, so depression is a feeling of severe despondency and dejection. Self doubt creeps in, and it slips turn into depression, a long, severe recession in an economic or marketed. Um, Psychiatry definition. LOL, sorry about the definition of depression. I can barely pronounce words. I have a really bad problem with my English, but I found a really good meaning. Okay, mental health disorder is characterized by persistently depressed mood or loss of interest in activities causing significant impairment in daily routines. So, I definitely know how that fucking feels. Like, when I'm depressed, I feel hopeless, I feel so alone, and I feel like I'm the only one that feels that way, Like, I'm just really fucking sad, and like, it just seems like the world is caving in on you. Like, every problem that you have is just flooding your mind and stuff like that. And like, it's so hard to bring yourself out of it because, like, being sad is so comforting because you're just there in your bed, like, no motivation to be sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no motivation to be sad. So it's so hard to like get out of your depression. And so I want to enlighten you and stuff like that about anxiety and about depression. Like, anxiety is always worrying about the future, always worrying about the past, and always worrying about the present. You're always consistently thinking like, what is this outcome? What is that outcome? And I feel like I feel anxiety because I like to control things and I like things in my control. And when things are not in my control, it freaks me the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a dominant person, so if I can't control something, it gets me really scared. And yeah, it just gets me really scared. And when I'm depressed, like, I will literally not eat, you guys. Like, I don't eat when I'm depressed. Like, I'll just lay in my bed for several hours and just go to sleep. And like, I just get in, like, life is too hard to bear in those moments, like, everything be going through my mind, like, and I feel like I can never pull myself out, but I realize that you're the only one that can pull yourself out. Like, a lot of people like to get comfort in other people, but that's not the answer. You are the answer, and not a lot of people know that. So I'm gonna enlighten you. I've been reading this book called The Power of the Now, and it's basically saying that you and your mind are totally two different people. A lot of people like to think what they think in their mind is what they want and what they believe, which is not true, because like 3 weeks ago I wanted to die. Like, my mind was telling me to kill myself, but I didn't want to die. I wanted to live, and I chose to live. You know what I'm saying? And your mind is basically like, you know, your mind plays tricks on you. Like, that's an actual thing. So in this book that I'm reading is basically called The Power of the Now. It's saying that you and your mind are totally two different things, but people, regular human beings, like to associate what they're thinking to that's what they want, but that's untrue. I'm going to read a little passage. It says, "What is the greatest obstacle to experience in this reality?" It says, "Identification with your mind, which causes the thoughts to become compulsive. Not to be able to stop thinking is a dreadful affliction." So this basically saying right now that our mind is not supposed to be on 24/7. Like, we're only supposed to use our mind here and there. We're supposed to turn it off. It's a tool that we use. But we do not realize this because almost everybody is suffering from it. So it is considered normal. This is this mental noise prevents you from finding the realm of inner stillness that is inseparable from being. So that's pretty much saying that your mind is blocking you from achieving your true peacefulness in this world. It is also creates a false mind-made self that casts a shadow of fear and suffering. So that's basically saying that your mind casts all of these mental illnesses, depression. Your mind fucking came up with anxiety, your fears, your suffering, and pretty much all that is not true. Your mind wants you to believe that, but you don't have to believe that. And it says right here in this passage, the philosopher Descartes believed that he had found the most fundamental truth when he had made his famous statement, "I think, therefore I am." He had in fact given impression to the most basic error. To equate thinking with being and identifying with mind. The compulsive thinker, which means almost everyone, lives in a state of apparent separateness, an insane, complex world of continuous problems and conflicts, a world that reflects that every increasing fragment of the mind. Enlightenment is a state of wholeness of being at one, and therefore at peace. So like I was saying, so that quote says, "I think, therefore I am," which is completely not true. You can think something and not associate yourself with something that you think. You know, I do it all the time. Like, when I get depressed, like, I think that I have no one. I think that I'm alone in my feelings. I think I'm worthless. I think I'm hopeless. I think my life is not going anywhere. But then you just gotta really sit down and evaluate what you're thinking. You need to be the observer of what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to, when those thoughts come in your mind, you're supposed to say, "No, that's not me. Like, I'm making it in the world. Like, I'm not alone. Like, I have hundreds of people that love me, that supports me, that wants the best interest in me." You know what I'm saying? But my mind's telling me that that's not true. I think I'm ugly. I think I'm, like, no one wants to be with me or whatever. Like, that's all your mind playing tricks on you. And if you just sit down and observe that, you can achieve your true happiness. You know what I'm saying? Like, your mind functions in the past and in the future. It never functions in the present, because the present is the most peaceful. When you focus on the now, here and there, focus on the now.